everyone, thank you so much for tuning back into my channel where I love to talk about wealth, knowledge, love, and laughter. All right, so let's get into it. So before I even start this video, listen, I learned a lesson this week that I want to share with you guys. Post over perfection. Post over perfection. Post the video even if it's not perfect, right? And so listen, I'm still bringing you guys a video this week, but it's a few days later than I would have liked to, right? Because of life, life happens. But again, even though life happens, we still want to make sure we remain consistent, right? So I'm holding myself accountable as I'm holding you guys accountable, all right? So listen, this week what we're wanting to talk about is staying consistent on your healing journey, okay? So your healing journey, as I mentioned in previous videos, I started my healing journey a few years ago and really made some super duper life changes, some big life changes, magnificent life changes, really good for myself, mental health, for my family, and for my overall future and the goals that I want to attain. And so in order to really obtain all of the things that we want to have and to do, we have to first work on our personal development. And a lot of times we can still be struggling with things and not healed from things that may have happened in our childhood, in our young adulthood, etc. And so we have to really begin to pull deep down inside to really figure out the why to what we're doing, okay? And so there are just a few things that I want to share that really helped me during my healing journey that I hope is able to assist you as well as you are healing and getting better and becoming a better person, right? Becoming the highest version of yourself that you've been created to be before all of these things, took place, right? And so one of the main things that helped me during my healing journey was to start writing affirmations every day. And so even this morning, I got up early this morning, like 3:30, 4 o'clock. I know that's super early for some people, but listen, I am on a journey, okay? And so waking up early in the morning, eyes barely open, but I'm grabbing my book out of the nightstand to start writing my affirmations. I'm writing my affirmations. I'm writing down things that I want to see about myself. I'm consistent. I face fear and rise. I don't doubt myself. I do it afraid. That person that you want to be, writing that out on paper and professing that out loud to yourself is very vital to grow and for your personal development, okay? And so not only am I writing out my affirmations, but I'm writing out my self-image, right? I'm healthy. I'm supportive of everyone doing good and ethical things. Just different things, whatever it is for yourself that you want to see. I am brilliant. I'm a great representation of God. Whatever it is that you want to see about yourself, you write those things down and profess those things about yourself. Now, one exercise that was very helpful for me that I did a year ago. On one sheet of paper, I wrote down everything that I did not like about myself. And hey, I know that may be hard to believe, right? But we all have things about ourselves that we may not necessarily like, right? And so I wrote down everything that I did not like about myself, and did I burn it? I think I burned it, yeah. I either burned it or flushed it, but I think I burned it more than likely. So I burned that sheet of paper, and then on a new sheet of paper, I wrote down everything about myself that I wanted to see and be, right? And so that is the focus that I focus on. And so as part of my self-image, when I write that out daily, those are the things that I write out daily. And this list may expand or contract depending on, your progress. And that's okay. And so that's the list that I focus on. Those things that I've burnt, they're no longer a part of me, right? And so now I'm focusing on that new self-image that I want to see for myself. And then also in addition to that, I write out affirmations. So this process, I know some people may say, that's a lot of writing. A lot of people don't like to write that much or may feel like it's too overwhelming and too much for them. Hey, that's okay. I do know some people that actually do it on their phone. They'll type it in their notes on their phone. Really, there's no right or wrong way. It's just whatever is best for you, whatever works best for you. But initially, I would say write it down and then also do it on your phone another day and see which one kind of feeds into your energy better? Like, which one do you feel better doing, writing it down or putting it in your phone? And then whatever works for you, you just pick that one. And so, but for me, I like to write it down, because when you write things down, that really starts to change some things subconsciously in your mind. And it's been a proven fact that, as that begins to changes in your subconscious mind, you begin to exude those behaviors and things that you desire. Okay. And so writing out affirmations daily. And then I also write out gratitude. Now, this one right here can be a little tricky. Initially, when I first started doing this, I was writing out things that I already had that I was grateful for. But the one thing that one of my coaches told me that really changed my life was writing down gratitude for the things that you do not have, which is a major energy shift, okay? It changes the energy, it changes your mindset totally, and then it puts you on the frequency of the things that you want to have. Now, I know some of you may hear me saying all these things about energy, frequency, etc. These are scientific-based realizations. These are scientific-based things that people have seen happen. And so it's not any type of hocus pocus. Our body, we're energy, right? And so just learning more things scientifically about ourselves and who God created us to be helps in the overall progress of our personal development, okay? And so, yes, so I write out gratitude as well. Majority of the time, I write out the things that I'm grateful for that I do not have yet. I do speak out loud, hey, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that on things that I do have. But majority of my gratitude, I am saying that I'm grateful for things that I do not have yet. So for example, I'm grateful for, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm a billionaire. That's just an example, right? But I do have a goal to be a billionaire. And so I'm so happy and grateful that I am that. So that's an example. Whatever you want in your life, you go ahead and profess that I am so happy and grateful for ... So there may be someone that has a desire to own a home, a bigger home. There may be someone that's renting in an apartment, but you have a desire to own a home. Well, part of your gratitude can be, I am so happy and grateful now that I am walking into the house of my dreams. I'm living there. I have the keys to the house. I'm walking around. My family is enjoying dinner time at the dinner table. We're so excited to be there as a family. We're having Christmas there. We've invited everyone over for our housewarming, and everyone loves the home. I love my new, bathroom. Everything about the house that you want to see, you can write those things down, or you can simply say, I am so happy and grateful now that I am in the house of my dreams. Okay. And you can kind of explain that in detail in your purpose and vision statement, which is something totally different. That's another video. All right. So yeah, so write out gratitude for things that you don't even have yet, so that you can begin to get on the frequency of those things, and you will begin to figure out the how on how to get them, versus wondering like, how is this going to work? Or, I'm not able to have this. Once you begin to be grateful for those things, the how will work itself out, and you'll start to get creative ideas. You may get unexpected checks. Like I have witnessed, I'm a living witness to these things. I've seen these things happen. And it's so true. Like it has happened when I began to change my mindset and speak those things that I was grateful for. Things started happening like here recently. I put out an NFT. I'm just going to give you guys just one example, because there have been several, and I'm so thankful for it and so grateful. But about a month ago, I checked on one of my NFT sites. And you guys know I'm into crypto and NFTs and things like that. So I purchased an NFT for maybe $5 or under about a year and a half or so ago with some of my teammates, wealth teammates, and I repurposed that NFT. So basically, I purchased it and I put it back on the marketplace to sell it. And so a lot of times people do this, and you can put it back on the marketplace and sell it for higher. So, right? So you buy low and you sell high. That's in anything really, right? That's in trading. That's in, whatever. So you buy low, you sell high. So I bought it low and I sold it high. Went on the website maybe a month ago just to check it. I hadn't been on there in over a year. And my NFT has sold I think it was 2 of them. And that wasn't even the first one that sold. And so that was unexpected money. that I basically just cashed out into my bank account. Right? So listen, this thing, it does work. You have to begin to work it, right? You have to begin to work it. The Bible even tells us to speak those things that are not as though they were. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Write the vision, make it plain. So these are things that are already in the Bible, but it's up to us to really learn how significant and powerful we are in order to start attracting those things and becoming the person that God created us to be, to operate on this higher frequency, to operate from a higher version of ourselves that He's already predestined us to be. And so this is just me educating you on how powerful you are. Because a lot of times, because of the systematic way of doing things, we forget or don't even know just how powerful we are. All right. So, lastly, second to last, the second to last thing that I do is I send love to anyone that's bothering me. So if anyone's bothering you at your work, at your job, coworkers, school, etc., you just write their name down. I send love to this person, and it can be however many people you need it to be. You send love to that person. That way you're not in a bad energy space when it comes to them. You're not holding a grudge. You're not holding on to things. You send love to them. That releases, you to flow freely and be creative and to do whatever you need to do for God to freely flow through you. And that, sends love to them. So that's wishing good and great things on them, right? And it takes you out of that negative mindset when it comes to that person. And there are some days where there are people that I can't think of. And on those days, you would just send love to yourself, right? Because we all need to love ourselves more, right? All right. And so lastly, what I do is I ask Holy Spirit for guidance for the day. And I take a few moments just to meditate and just to take some quiet time and just to soak everything in, okay? And so that can be maybe 3 to 5 minutes or whatever it is needed for you. But for me, it doesn't really have to be any longer than 5 minutes, just to kind of sit there in a quiet space and kind of just absorb everything that I've just done and said. And I ask Holy Spirit for guidance for the day, because ultimately, of course, we have our agendas, but our agenda should be God's agenda for us. And so we just never know how things are going to shake up throughout the day. And so asking Holy Spirit for guidance just gives us that calmness and that peace that we need, just in case, something changes. Instead of getting frustrated, we can kind of center ourselves and know, hey, I've asked for guidance this day. So whatever comes up for me is meant to be, and I'm going to get through it, right? And so that's important as well. So number one, getting up in the morning, doing your affirmations, self-image, gratitude, sending love to someone that's bothering you, and asking Holy Spirit for guidance for the day. The very last thing that I would encourage you to do as well is when you write these things down, such as your self-image and your affirmations, also look yourself in the mirror and speak these things out loud, because when we do that, it goes straight into our subconscious mind and really helps us to start living out that person that we want to be. So these are just some points that I wanted to share with you guys that may help you start your healing journey. I think I also mentioned in a previous video about journaling, which is great as well, but definitely I would start working on these things. And even doing that exercise, right? Writing down the things that you don't like about yourself and burning it, flushing it, getting rid of it, whatever you have to do. And then writing out on a new sheet of paper that person that you want to be. All right. So I hope that this resonates with you today. It helps you and blesses you. Make sure that you like, follow, and share this information if you appreciate this material, and if you feel like it will be helpful for somebody else as well, and if it was helpful for you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and that bell, and so you'll know when I upload new videos. All right, guys. So thank you so much for your time today, and looking forward to talking with you guys again next week. Be blessed and have an awesome week.